Reports tell us that TKO Group Holding CEO Ari Emanuel bypassed the WWE creative team and creative process to insert Pat McAfee into the Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes storyline in an effort to try to boost ratings and to sell WrestleMania tickets. Pat McAfee cut a promo while Randy Orton beat Cody Rhodes up, saying that wrestling is in the shape that it's in and that ticket sales are down and that ratings for the previous week's SmackDown were down because of Cody Rhodes. Pat McAfee said that it is because of Cody Rhodes that all of that is happening, and he said that WWE needs to be saved from people like Cody Rhodes and that it needs to be saved by someone such as Randy Orton. Then he said it needs to be someone like The Rock, like Stone Cold from the Attitude Era, even though Randy Orton wasn't even a part of the Attitude Era. Cody responded later that night by coming back out to the ring and grabbing the microphone and cutting a promo where he called out those who represent Pat McAfee, which of course is Ari Emanuel, who is Pat McAfee's agent. And he said, "What are you going to do? Fire me?" And then he talked about how he has main evented 3 straight WrestleManias and that all the success that WWE has had in the last couple of years is because of him. He pretty much said that the Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes feud has 20 years of history and that there is no need for Pat McAfee or any other celebrity involvement in this storyline. Then he ended that with saying that he is starting to hear the voices in his head, but that you don't want to hear what they have to say. And then this past Monday on Raw, CM Punk cut a promo, and it also seemed to potentially have been a shoot promo, where CM Punk said that Pat McAfee shouldn't have anything to say about why ticket sales for WrestleMania are down, and that he needs to get out of Punk's business, get out of Punk's industry, and stop talking about why the ticket sales are down in CM Punk's business. This is his industry, this is his business, and he basically tells Pat McAfee to get out of here. CM Punk then said that Pat should call that agent of his who shoehorned him into this business and to tell him to lower the ticket prices. And apparently WWE edited out the mention of TKO and people's agents and ticket sales in their social media posts from this promo. And some people are speculating about whether Punk and Cody's promos were scripted or if they were a shoot promo, where they are actually calling out TKO and their greed and them putting people into storylines that they shouldn't be in. So it's obviously either a storyline about corporate greed or it is actual corporate greed, and this is Punk and Cody actually mad and upset and frustrated with TKO. But I don't know really, because you think if Triple H had Cody and Punk cut a shoot promo where they are genuinely mad at TKO for putting Pat McAfee into this storyline, then you would think that Triple H would get fired for doing that. And that very well could happen. If that is what is happening, then you could see Triple H get fired after WrestleMania. They may wait till after WrestleMania to fire him since it's the biggest event of the year, and they may still would want him to run that show and be there for that just so that everything goes smoothly and then fire him afterwards. Now, that's if this is real. If there is real tension between WWE Creative and TKO, then Triple H is definitely going to get fired. But I don't know if Triple H would risk his job for this. I mean, it is WWE, it is wrestling, and they do like to make you think that certain things are real. If this is all just a complete work in every way, shape, and form, and I just don't know if Triple H would risk his job by having Cody and Punk cut a shoot promo on TKO. Now, they probably won't fire Cody and Punk if this is real, because they are 2 of your top stars in the company. They are your 2 world champions at this current moment going into WrestleMania, and I don't think that they would fire them. if this truly is real. What I think most likely happened is that they sent Pat McAfee out there to cut that promo in order to try to get people more invested into WrestleMania, to get you to get behind Cody Rhodes, and to try to get Randy Orton heat. Well, the problem with that is it's not going to do any of that. This is not going to make more people buy WrestleMania tickets. If anything, this might make people less likely to buy WrestleMania tickets. And it's not going to get Randy Orton heat because I don't care who you throw out there. At this stage in Randy Orton's career, he's not going to be able to get heat unless he says something very controversial that would make people actually mad and want to cancel him. But this is WWE and this is 2026 and everyone is a soft little snowflake. So they're not going to do that. People will get offended if Randy Orton said something very controversial and they're just not going to do that. They have too many sponsors that they would lose for that. And so they're not going to do something like that. So that's why Randy Orton isn't going to be able to get any heat. He's been in this business for about 25 years and people love him. Everyone loves Randy Orton, even people that don't really watch wrestling. They know who Randy Orton is and they know what the RKO is. So Randy Orton is not going to be able to get heat, I don't think. So I just don't think Randy Orton's going to be able to get heat, and putting Pat McAfee or any other celebrity or any other wrestler in that spot to try to get him heat, I just don't think it's going to work. Now, it could get people behind Cody Rhodes because they are genuinely mad about Pat McAfee. Most of the fans I see did not like this. They did not like Pat McAfee getting involved in this. The crowd was dead silent when he got into the ring, and no one cared about it. And everyone online is just bashing this and trashing this because they hate it. They don't want Pat McAfee involved in this because there's no need for it. This is Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. There's 20 years of history between them, and there doesn't need to be any celebrity involvement to make this match more meaningful or more important or to make more people invested into it. So I don't know if this is a work or shoot. It's probably all a work and they're working together. And they probably had this idea of sending Pat McAfee out there to do those things that I mentioned. And they realized that it didn't work. And so then Cody cutting his promo and then Punk cutting his promo could probably just be damage control, where they realized that they messed up by putting Pat McAfee into the storyline, and then now they're trying to make you think that there's some sort of tension between TKO and the WWE creative team because they'll use it whatever they can to try to work everyone, and they could very well be doing that. All I know is that it's terrible. We don't care about Pat McAfee. We don't want him involved in this storyline. We don't want him involved in this match. We don't want him involved in WrestleMania. We don't care about Pat McAfee. We care about Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. We care about that storyline. We care about the 20 years of history that they have between each other. We do not care about Pat McAfee. So I don't care if this came from Ari Emanuel and Triple H didn't want to do it, but he had to do it because his hands are tied, or if this is all a work and they're all working together to create this storyline. All I can tell you is that it sucks. It's terrible. I don't care about it. I don't care about Pat McAfee. They should have never done what they did. He should have never gotten involved in this storyline. It should have never happened. We don't care about Pat McAfee and we don't care about other celebrities. We care about professional wrestling. We care about storytelling. We care about sports entertainment. That's what we watch it for. We watch it to be entertained. We watch it to see good storylines play out. And that's what we want to see. We don't care about celebrities. We don't care if celebrities get involved. That's not what we watch it for. We don't watch WWE for celebrities. We watch it for the superstars. We watch it for the wrestlers. We watch it for storytelling. And TKO is just a bunch of greedy bastards, and they don't care about the fans, and that's all they care about is making as much money as they possibly can, even at the expense of abandoning the way that wrestling is supposed to go, abandoning the way that you're supposed to tell stories. They will do whatever it takes just to make money. They have all these sponsors. That's why they have all the ads and the sponsors and the logos on the ring. And that's all you ever see when you watch a WWE program is so many commercials and ads, and it is ridiculous. And that's all they care about. All they care about is making money. That is TKO's first priority, is to make as much money as they possibly can. even at the expense of abandoning what professional wrestling is supposed to be. They don't care about the fans. They only care about stuff in their pockets with as much money as possible. And if they truly did care about the fans, then they would make it affordable, which they have not done. Maybe they will, but I don't see it. I don't see how anyone can trust this company. I don't see how anyone can trust TKO at this point. All they care about is money. They're a bunch of greedy people, and that's all they care about. This was terrible. I hate it. TKO sucks. Pat McAfee sucks. I don't care about Pat McAfee or other celebrities. I don't want celebrities to get involved in the main events of WrestleMania. And it just ruined it, to be honest. It just ruined the entire feud, the entire match, the entire storyline. It just completely took all interest away from it. Business was really starting to pick up and things were really starting to go somewhere with the storytelling between Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. And this just took all the air out of the balloon.